दिख रहे। एक मैं किसानों के बारे में बोल सकता हूं कि पीएम किसान की योजना जो 2019 में शुरू हुई 4.47 लाख करोड़ रुपए अभी तक डायरेक्टली ट्रांसफर किए गए किसानों के खाते में, डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट से। और यूनियन कैबिनेट ने तो अभी अप्रूव किया है कि 2030-2031 तक ये आउटले ये योजना शुरू रहेगी। इसलिए मैं प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र जी मोदी इनका अभिनंदन करता हूं और किसानों के ओर से आभार भी मानता हूं। सर, आउटकम ऐसा है कि 358 मिलियन टन का अनाज इस वक्त निर्माण किया गया है। सर, एक्सपोर्ट में भी हम एग्रीकल्चर एक्सपोर्ट में हम डबल हो गए। क्रॉप इंश्योरेंस में 2 लाख करोड़ का क्रॉप इंश्योरेंस दिया गया है। 25 करोड़ सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड किसानों को दिए गए और 100 लाख हेक्टेयर का माइक्रो इरिगेशन प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र जी मोदी इनके सरकार में हुआ है। ये इसीलिए हुआ क्योंकि हर एक खर्चा एफिशिएंटली किया जा रहा है। फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन 10,000 फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आज काम कर रही। 1400 मंडी इनाम मंडी से जोड़ी गई है। एग्रीकल्चर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फंड खर्चा किया गया है। नहीं तो 2014 के पहले सर ऐसा कोई बच्चा बोल सकता था कि कोयला चोर कहाँ मिलेंगे,
कांग्रेस के दफ्तर में
भ्रष्टाचारी कहाँ मिलेंगे, सर बोला जाता था कि आतंकवादी कहाँ मिलेंगे,
विषय पर बोलिए,
देशद्रोही कहाँ मिलेंगे, सैन्य विरोधी कहाँ मिलेंगे, किसान विरोधी कहाँ मिलेंगे। इसलिए ट्रांसपेरेंट सरकार है, इसलिए मैं बिल को सपोर्ट करता हूं। और सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, किसानों का ही नहीं तो सम्मान, सैनिकों का सम्मान बढ़ाने का काम भी मोदी जी ने किया है। 1 रैंक 1 पेंशन कितने सालों से था, 1 रैंक 1 पेंशन देने का काम मोदी जी ने किया है। इसलिए मैं सपोर्ट करता हूँ, मोदी जी का अभिनंदन करता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
सिंह संधू,
उप सभापति जी, मैं बिल के समर्थन वास्ते खड़ा होया पर मैं अपनी गल अपनी माँ भाषा, अपनी माँ बोली पंजाबी विच रखनी चाहुंदा। ये बिल का जिहड़ा खर्चा है ये रेलवे नाल संबंधित है, वाधू खर्चा। और मैं आदरणीय वित्त मंत्री जी का तहे दिलों धन्नवाद करदा। मेरे कोल शब्द नहीं जिन्हां नाल धन्नवाद करां, क्योंकि इस बार सभापति जी 2026-27 विच पंजाब लई 5,673 करोड़ रुपए रेलवे की वंड की गई है, जो कि 2009 तो 14 की औसत नालों 25 गुणा ज़्यादा है। और मैं इस वास्ते प्रधानमंत्री जी का, वित्त मंत्री धन्नवाद करदा कि पंजाब नूं 25 गुणा ज़्यादा पूरे भारत विचों इस वाली रेलवे का बजट मिलिया 5,673 करोड़। बहुत बहुत धन्नवाद। उप सभापति जी, आंकड़े सिर्फ विकास की रफ्तार नहीं दसदे, पंजाब प्रति प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की वचनबद्धता का प्रमाण है। और सभापति जी, पंजाब की गल किसान की गल कीती तो बिना अधूरी है। सिर्फ 7 महीनों में पंजाब विचों 95 लाख मीट्रिक टन तो वध कणक अते चौल 2,684 रेल रैਕਾਂ राਹੀਂ देश के ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ हिस्सों तक पहुँचाए गए हैं। ये सिर्फ माल ढुआ-ढुआई नहीं, ये मंडी विचों किसान की फसल की समय सिर चुकाई अते पंजाब के अन्न नूं देश की थाली तक पहुँचाने की जीवन रेखा है। अज पंजाब के 30 रेलवे स्टेशनों का आधुनिकीकरण किया जा रहा है तो खुशी की गल है कि इस आधुनिकता विच साडी स्थानक विरासत, इतिहास और सभ्याचार नूं भी मान मिल रहा है। क्योंकि सभापति जी, ये उस पंजाब की धरती है जिथे सीस कट्टे गए पर सिदक नहीं टुटिया, सरबंस वार दिते पर असूल नहीं हारे। श्री आनंदपुर साहिब की विरासत, श्री मुक्तसर साहिब के 40 मुक्तियां की शहादत ਅਤੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਰੂਹਾਨੀ ਜੋਤ ਤੋਂ ਜਲ੍ਹਿਆਂਵਾਲੇ ਬਾਗ ਤੱਕ ਦੀ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਦੀ ਇਹ ਵਿਰਾਸਤ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਰੂਹ ਹੈ। ਅਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੰਤ ਰਵਿਦਾਸ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਸ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਤਖਤ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਦਮਦਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਨਵੀਂ ਰੇਲ ਕਨੈਕਟੀਵਿਟੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਕਨੈਕਟੀਵਿਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਆਸਥਾ ਅਤੇ ਵਿਰਾਸਤ ਦਾ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। चेयरमैन साहब, पंजाब की रेल कहानी एक होर बहुत अहम पक्षों अहम है। साडी सरहद, साडे बॉर्डर पंजाब दे वो साडे देश वास्ते बहुत अहम है। 700 64 ਕਰੋੜ ਰੁਪਏ ਦਾ ਫਿਰੋਜ਼ਪੁਰ ਪੱਟੀ ਰੇਲ ਲਿੰਕ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਟੁੱਟੀ ਇੱਕ ਅਹਿਮ ਇਤਿਹਾਸਕ ਕਨੈਕਟੀਵਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੁੜ ਜੋੜ ਰਿਹਾ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਰੋਜ਼ਪੁਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਰੇਲ ਦੀ ਦੂਰੀ 196 ਕਿਲੋਮੀਟਰ ਤੋਂ 100 ਕਿਲੋਮੀਟਰ ਤੱਕ ਲਿਆਂਦੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਸਰਹੱਦੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਜਿਹੀ ਕਨੈਕਟੀਵਿਟੀ ਵਿਕਾਸ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਅਹਿਮ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਲੋੜਾਂ ਤੇ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵੀ ਅਹਿਮ ਹੈ। ਉਪ ਸਭਾਪਤੀ ਜੀ, ਜਿਸ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਹਰੀ ਕ੍ਰਾਂਤੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ, ਹੁਣ ਉਸ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਸਦੀ ਲੌਜਿਸਟਿਕ ਨਿਰਯਾਤ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਅਖੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਹਿਣੀ ਚਾਹੂੰਗਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਰੇਲ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧਿਤ ਹੈ। ਉਪ ਸਭਾਪਤੀ ਜੀ, ਜਦੋਂ ਰੇਲ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਜਦੋਂ ਡਬਲ ਇੰਜਨ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਰੇਲ ਦੀ ਸਪੀਡ ਵੱਧ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਬਲ ਇੰਜਨ ਦੀ ਰੇਲ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੂੰ ਚੱਲੇ ਔਰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤਰੱਕੀ ਦੀ ਰਫ਼ਤਾਰ ਤੇ ਵਧੇ। ਇੱਕ ਇੰਜਨ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਾ, ਇੱਕ ਮਾਨनीय ਨਰਿੰਦਰ ਮੋਦੀ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ।
थैंक यू। माननीय श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमण जी to reply the discussion.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. I didn't think on a routine matter of excess grant for which we come for the appropriation expenditure undertaken not just this year or the year before, in the year 2023, the excess expenditure had happened and we have come for the appropriation before the House. We'll invoke so much of an interest in discussing, but it's very healthy that we have a discussion on such a finance-related subject. Normally, in fact, I was more telling the Parliamentary Affairs Minister and also the leader here, Shri Dr. L. Murugan, that this is about expenditure of 2023, but the interest that the members have shown makes me feel very encouraged. So I would take this opportunity to just explain a few things with your indulgence, sir. Please. Sir, this is the demand for excess grant for expenditures undertaken in the year 2023 on just 2 counts. And these 2 counts were part of what the Public Accounts Committee in its 39th report presented to the Lok Sabha this year in April. So Public Accounts Committee, as you know and the honorable members know, is headed always by the leader from the opposition. So in his chairmanship, that entire committee looks into the accounts and identifies where any excess has happened. So this year in April 26, this particular or this pair of 2 excess expenditure which had happened in 2023 was highlighted. One such excess demand arises out of a particular court order which was on the Railway Ministry, and that was for 196.44 crore under the grant number 85, which is railways. That's a small, lesser amount. But the larger amount is for 53,871, which is on grant number 40, which is repayment of debt, mainly on account of, in the cash management, sir, when withdrawal of investments in the intermediary 14-day bills happen, as a result of which these withdrawals happen by the state governments which put money into the T-bills. So government overestimated these amounts, exchange rate variations and changes in accounting classifications all resulted in this 53,871. What is very important to know about the second one, the 53,000 and not about the railway 196 is, it is in the nature of debt receipts, which are all netted out, sir, against the issuance of securities. And therefore, it has no fiscal impact as it is. So they are netted out, and as a result, that netting out is being identified, and that netting out is done in a proper fashion in order that it doesn't stand out as not adjusted. So both are all on the capital charge sections of their respective demands. So this being so, the implication, fiscal implication is not severe of that year. However, sir, I want to say this is not the first time. I was replying to honorable member also. We have come, Government of India has a practice of coming to the House because it has to get the appropriation cleared by the House whenever these excess demands happen. We have come here in 2019-20 for a budget matter related to 2019-20 budget and sought an approval for an excess grant on an expenditure undertaken for 52,637 rupees, 37 crore rupees, 52,637.78 crore rupees, which I came here for approval in December 2022, one time at that time for excess expenditure. Another time related to the budget of 2020-21, for which we came in December 23 for appropriation on an excess expenditure, and that time the amount was for 1,18,651.04 crore, and that related to the 2021 budget. Appropriation, we came here in December 2023. Again, related to 2021-22 budget for an amount of 1,291.31 crore, and for which I came here for appropriation in March 2025. So now on a budget related to 2023 excess demand, we have come here for seeking approval, sir. So it was interesting when I heard the member from J&K speaking about how we have to take care of J&K and support them on some of the expenditures that they are overburdened with. I would like to take this opportunity to inform the August House, sir, that J&K, when particularly it was under the central administration for a few years after 2019, only yesterday we celebrated 7 years of having removed Article 370. Having removed Article 370 in 2019, J&K was under the central administration till such a time the elected government came to power. But during that time, I would like to thank the Home Minister and the Prime Minister for having helped and guided me in clearing up very many overhangs which J&K suffered from. We took a very, very liberal view because I don't want to say this as if I'm patronizing, but we wanted genuinely to get the health of, the financial health of, the fiscal health of J&K properly before the elected government came to power. So literally so much time went in granular details being studied by both Home Ministry and the Finance Ministry. I would like to highlight just two things which are of very big significance that we have done for J&K, and we have done it because we strongly believe, and this House has also passed resolution, that Article 370 getting abrogated also proves the point. Since J&K is an integral part of India, inclusive of those which are occupied by Pakistan illegally, we will ensure that the people of J&K are supported and taken care of because we are all part of one country. And therefore, what we took at that time, I just wish to highlight, honorable member is not here, but I would have liked him to hear it. J&K police, entire J&K's police, their salary and their pension is now being met by Government of India on an annual basis. That means approximately 13,000 crores per annum is being spent on the police of and their salaries and pension of J&K. Second, sir, during that time when the central administration was taking care, we have helped restructure the entire J&K debt. The Union Territory of J&K, we took care of restructuring it, and we had to, because the division happened of J&K and Ladakh, we repaid all the debt which Ladakh Union Territory had because the resources reallocation took place, and they were left with quite a lot of money which had to be paid back. We have paid back that entire thing of Ladakh and taken care of readjusting, restructuring J&K's debt. Also, sir, for the year 24-25 and for the year 25-26, an additional amount of 5,000 crore each year has been given over and above the revised estimates of their budgets, just to make sure the urgent requirements of J&K administration is not left without anybody supporting them. So each year, over and above their RE, we have given 5,000 crores to J&K, and I wish to assure the people of J&K, every such attention will be given because we want J&K to prosper along with the rest of the other states. So we will be giving that attention. Even more, sir, just two more points on J&K. The power projects of J&K, around 1,350 crores has been given, and this was provided since 2021-22 to support Khiru, Ratle and Kwar projects, all three of them hydel power projects. We have given them the support. That's the total amount, 1,350 crores. And again, since 25-26, which is the last year, we are into 26-27, to support capital asset creation in J&K, a sum of 5,166.50 crores has been provided through the SASCI. Normally, SASCI is given to states with elected houses. So is J&K getting, because it's also a union territory with an elected house, they are getting under the 50-year interest-free, which we give in the name of special assistance to states for capital investment. 5,166.5 crores has been given to J&K. So we are actually addressing the issues of J&K. This year, sir, for 26-27, the same SASCI 50-year interest-free amount for J&K, 1,407 crores has been provided in the untied component, and 4,886 crore can be claimed if conditions under the reforms components are met by the Union Territory of J&K. So for every state we give tied component and untied component. Untied component goes anyway based on the proposals. Tied components go on the basis of reforms that they undertake. So J&K still has more than 4,886 crores if they can utilize through, am I right? Yes, sir, 4,886 crore that they can claim if they undertake reforms, in addition to the untied that they will get. So these were some of the specific points that I wanted to address to some of the members, sir. Honorable Member Sanjay Singh spoke about the need for such excesses in respect of education, health, human resource development, and so on. Debt contracted by Government of India, we will have to clear, sir. But all this is for all purpose. It's not as if we entertain excess demand only because it is for some court order or it's because it is going for some payment. If it is arising out of health and education, we will honor it. So it's not as if I've tailor-made it only to take care of others and not education. Let Honorable Member see the difference here that I'd like to request him to appreciate, that it is post a Public Accounts Committee looking at where it has happened and we come back. It's not a head of item under which I'm coming and saying give it only for this and not for education. If the excess demand arises out of education, I'll come before the House. So that I just want to give the clarification, sir. With all this said, I would humbly submit that if this can be passed in this House. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, the question is that the appropriation number 3 Bill 2026 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clauses 2, 3 and the schedule stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clauses 2, 3 and the schedule are adopted. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji to move that the bill be returned.
So I rise to say that the bill be returned.
Motion moved that the bill be returned. The question is that the bill be returned. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is returned. Special mentions. श्रीमान अशोक राव शंकर राव चौहान जी नॉट प्रेजेंट. श्रीमान संजय सिंह जी.
धन्यवाद महोदय, आपने मुझे स्पेशल मेंशन में देश के सर्वेयर्स की इंश्योरेंस सर्वेयर्स का मुद्दा उठाने का मौका दिया. सर, I seek to draw attention of the government to certain provisions in the exposure draft of the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, Third Amendment, Regulation 2026, Section 64 UM of the Insurance Act 1938 expressly requires that no person shall act as a surveyor or loss assessor unless he or she is a inter alia a member of the Indian Institute of Insurance Surveyors and Loss Assessors, the statutory professional body recognized by the Parliament. The draft regulations, however, propose that the authority may grant registration even without IISLA membership and deem such registration to satisfy Section 64 UM. They also retain provisions empowering the authority to decide appeals against IISLA membership decisions. These provisions raise an important legal issue as to whether delegated legislation under Section 114A can override or dilute a statutory requirement enacted by Parliament. The regulation-making power appears confined to prescribing qualifications, code of conduct, and related matters, not modifying the mandatory requirement of IISLA membership. Surveyors play a vital role in determining insurance claims affecting millions of policy holders. Diluting statutory safeguards may adversely affect professional accountability and consumer protection. I therefore urge the government to examine the legality of those proposed provisions and ensure that the final regulations remain fully consistent with the Insurance Act 1938 and the intent of Parliament. Thank you very much.
Sri Y.B. Subba Reddy.
Sir, this is concern over distress faced by the tobacco farmers in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Sir. The price crash in tobacco has pushed thousands of farmers in Andhra Pradesh into financial distress. Sir. As one of India's tobacco growing state, fastest growing tobacco states in Andhra Pradesh has many farmers dependent on tobacco cultivation. Sir. Tobacco has, that fetched 460 rupees per kg last season, now selling at just below 260 rupees, sir. A decline of almost 200 per kg. After 100 auction days in 25-26 season, the highest price has not been even to 250 rupees per kg, sir. Companies gave procurement index for 142 million kgs against production of 232 million kgs, sir, resulting in slower procurement and prices. The auction price declined from 237 per kg on 25th May to 227 per kg 15th June 2026. Sir. Nearly 40% of the tobacco bales are being rejected with rejection rates in southern black soil centers ranging from 28 to 38%. Sir. Each rejected bale costs farmers 2,000 rupees per transportation. While the government earns nearly 1 lakh crore from tobacco revenues, the farmers who cultivate crops are not getting fair returns. Sir. I argue the government to review auction practices and ensure procurement commitments are aligned with the production estimates, prevent arbitrary rejection of quality grades, ensure remunerative prices, and provide market intervention. With this, I'll conclude, sir. Thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद. श्री सी सदानंदन मास्टर. श्री सी सदानंदन मास्टर.
Sir.
डॉक्टर एम धनपाल. हाँ, बोले बोले. अच्छा, आप उधर से वहाँ चले गए. ठीक.
Honorable Chairman, sir, I seek to draw the attention of the government to the tragic death of Miss Savariya Basant, a young MBBS student from Haripad, Kerala, who was studying at Bukhara State Medical Institute, Uzbekistan, on 7th of last month, sir. She left India with the dream of becoming a doctor. Tragically, she returned home in a coffin. According to reports, she was allegedly murdered by her classmate, who has been arrested by Uzbek authorities. The victim's family has alleged that she was repeatedly pressured to convert her religion before the incident. These allegations deserve a comprehensive, impartial, and time-bound investigation. I believe this may not be an isolated event. I urge the government to investigate whether the educational consultancy or recruiting agency that facilitated her admission to Uzbekistan had any role or links, if any, with any organized network. If any conspiracy involving coercion, exploitation, or unlawful religious conversion is established, those responsible must be brought to justice. Similar allegations have been raised in several cases from Kerala, sir, over the years. Such allegations deserve a fair and evidence-based investigation. This is not merely a death of a young woman, sir. It reminds us that the safety, dignity, and freedom of every girl and woman must be protected. There should never be another Savariya from Kerala or from any other part of India. As our civilization teaches through Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, the whole world is one family, and every citizen has the constitutional right to practice and profess a religion of their choice. Thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद. श्री डॉक्टर एम धनपाल.
Honorable Vice Chairman, sir, I rise to draw the attention of this August House concerning over the elected representatives abandoning the political party. Sir, people elect representatives based on the ideology, policies, and programs of a political party. However, instances have occurred where persons selected on the ticket of a party, after taking oath, resign, leave the party, join another political party, and seek to contest elections on the ticket of the new party during the same term. Such practices weaken the faith of voters in the electoral system. Persons who secure the mandate of the people on the ticket of one party and subsequently join another party should not be permitted to contest elections from the new party during the remaining term of the original mandate. This would prevent unnecessary expenditure from the public exchequer and avoid confusion among voters due to political shifts. Sir, allowing such persons to seek another electoral mandate during the same term amounts to a mockery of democracy and undermines the public trust. Sir, therefore, I urge the government to consider suitable amendments to the Representation of the People Act 1951 and the relevant provisions of the Constitution to provide restrictions in such cases and protect the sanctity of the people's mandate. Thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद. डॉक्टर धर्मशिला गुप्ता.
माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, धन्यवाद. मैं सरकार का ध्यान बिहार की एक अत्यंत गंभीर, संवेदनशील एवं वर्षों से चली आ रही समस्या की ओर आकर्षित करना चाहती हूँ. बिहार की भौगोलिक स्थिति ऐसी है कि राज्य का एक बड़ा भाग प्रत्येक वर्ष बाढ़ और नदी कटाव की विभीषिका झेलने के लिए विवश हो जाता है. यह केवल एक प्राकृतिक आपदा नहीं, बल्कि करोड़ों लोगों के जीवन, आजीविका, शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य एवं राज्य के समग्र विकास से जुड़ा हुआ विषय है. बिहार की कोसी, गंडक, बागमती, कमला बलान, अधवारा समूह की नदियां तथा गंगा सहित अनेक नदियां प्रतिवर्ष मानसून के दौरान उफान पर आ जाती हैं. इससे अधिकांश नदियों का उद्गम नेपाल के हिमालयी पर्वत क्षेत्र में होने के कारण वहां होने वाली भारी वर्षा का सीधा प्रभाव बिहार पर पड़ता है. सीमा पार जल प्रवाह, अत्यधिक गाद का जमाव, नदी तल का ऊंचा होना तथा जल निकासी की अपर्याप्त व्यवस्था बाढ़ की समस्या को और अधिक गंभीर बना देती है. विशेष रूप से उत्तर बिहार के अनेक जिले जैसे सुपौल, सहरसा, मधेपुरा, अररिया, किशनगंज, पूर्णिया, कटिहार, मधुबनी, दरभंगा, सीतामढ़ी, शिवहर, पूर्वी एवं पश्चिमी चंपारण, मुजफ्फरपुर, समस्तीपुर, खगड़िया सहित अनेक क्षेत्रों के लाखों लोग हर वर्ष बाढ़ की त्रासदी का सामना करते हैं. कई स्थानों पर नदी कटाव इतनी तेजी से होता है कि लोगों की पुश्तैनी भूमि, मकान, विद्यालय, सड़कें और सार्वजनिक संपत्तियां देखते नदी में समा जाती हैं. बाढ़ का प्रभाव केवल कुछ दिनों तक सीमित नहीं रहता, इसके दीर्घकालिक सामाजिक एवं आर्थिक दुष्परिणाम सामने आने लगते हैं. अतः मेरी सरकार से यही मांग है कि इस बाढ़ की विभीषिका के ठोस निदान पर ध्यान दिया जाए. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद. प्रोफेसर मनोज कुमार झा.
शुक्रिया माननीय वाइस चेयरमैन साहब. केन बेतवा रिवर इंटरलिंकिंग से उत्पन्न जो आक्रोश, जो शिकायत और जो विसंगतियां हैं आपके समक्ष रख रहा हूं. आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. ऑनरेबल वाइस चेयरमैन सो the 45,000 crore Ken Betwa river linking project, probably India's first river interlinking project, has been envisaged to address chronic water scarcity in Bundelkhand. However, its implementation has triggered widespread protests by affected tribal communities, particularly the Gond and Kol tribes. So, tribal men and women have been staging peaceful demonstrations, including symbolic funeral pyre protests, expressing fears of displacement and the loss of ancestral lands, forests, and livelihoods. Sir. The protesting communities state that the acquisition of their land and restrictions on access to forests have disrupted their traditional way of life and dependence on forest resources. Although the government has announced a rehabilitation and resettlement package under the land acquisition framework, affected communities allege that many eligible families have received only nominal compensation and are yet to receive meaningful rehabilitation. They have also alleged serious irregularities in the implementation of the package, warranting an independent verification of compensation and rehabilitation payments. So, I urge the government to look into the legal status of all environmental, forest and wildlife clearances, the status of displacement, compensation and rehabilitation, irregularities in rehabilitation, compliance with the Forest Rights Act 2006, the right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act 2013 and other applicable laws, and to initiate meaningful dialogue with the affected Adivasi communities. That is much needed. Jai Hind, sir. Thank you so much.
धन्यवाद. श्री मोहम्मद नदीमुल हक, not present. Dr. कल्पना सेनी.
धन्यवाद उपसभापति महोदय। मैं राष्ट्र हित से जुड़े एक महत्वपूर्ण विषय की ओर सरकार का ध्यान आकर्षित करना चाहती हूँ। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में भारत रक्षा क्षेत्र में आत्मनिर्भरता, आधुनिक तकनीक और अनुसंधान के क्षेत्र में निरंतर आगे बढ़ रहा है। हमारे देश में दान की समृद्ध परंपरा रही है। लोग धार्मिक एवं सामाजिक कार्यों के लिए स्वेच्छा से योगदान देते हैं। इसी भावना को राष्ट्र हित से जोड़ते हुए मेरा सुझाव है कि केंद्र सरकार प्रधानमंत्री राहत कोष की तर्ज पर एक स्वैच्छिक राष्ट्रीय रक्षा योगदान कोष स्थापित करे, जिसमें देश का कोई भी नागरिक अपनी इच्छा से योगदान दे सके। मेरा सुझाव है कि इस कोष की राशि का उपयोग केवल रक्षा क्षेत्र के आधुनिकीकरण, अत्याधुनिक सैन्य